afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, the Omni 16,000 sellout. One of the great moments in sports, the semifinal games of the NCAA championship. And perhaps at no time have we had four more diverse teams. The University of North Carolina at Charlotte, the small school, the new school, the dark horse team with its fabled cornbread. You have the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the highest scoring team in NCAA history. They start shooting as soon as they open the locker room doors. The University of North Carolina and Coach Dean Smith going for the Big Quinella. He coached the U.S. Olympic team to the gold medal championship, now trying to win his first NCAA championship. And then there's the sentimental choice, Marquette University, trying to give their departing coach, Al McGuire, a very special present in his last two games in his great career. I'm Dick Enberg. It's my pleasure to call the play-by-play in our first game today. Kurt Gowdy will call the second game. And, of course, the analyst for both of those contests will be Billy Packer. My distinguished colleagues are down at courtside, and here's their analysis of this first game between UNCC and Marquette.
All right, thank you, Dick. University of North Carolina Charlotte has been the surprise team of the 77 tournament, gathering a lot of support with their convincing wins over Syracuse and Michigan. Marquette's been here before, a very seasoned tournament team. Let's describe the personalities of the two teams, Billy.
Well, I think in this ball game, Kurt, we're going to see a tempo game, a little bit slower maybe than what we'll see in the second game. But you have Al McGuire, who's the guy that's leading the orchestra out there for his club, and a very quiet Lee Rose on his club. I think the personalities of the club may be a little different, though. Cornbread Maxwell really going to lead
Carolina, Charlotte.
Well, I thought so before maybe that Michigan game, but you can ask Johnny Orr that they haven't been bothered at all by the pressure lately.
Yes, sir. Cornbread Maxwell. How does Marquette stop him? And how will UNCC handle the Butch and Bo show? Interesting matchups. To give you an idea of the other great players in this game, let's go back to Kurt and Billy.
I think we should start with a comparison of two big men, Cornbread Maxwell, University of North Carolina, Charlotte on your left, and Bo Ellis of Marquette on your right.
Well, Maxwell didn't even make his high school ball club down in Kinston, North Carolina as a junior. But right now, Lee Rose says he can do more things better than any other college basketball player. Brings the ball up the court against the press, a truly gifted ball player. Bo Ellis, the secretary to college forward, can do everything well, and I think Al McGuire always counts on great senior leadership, and today's the day he's got to provide it.
All right, those are two big men. Now we have a couple of smaller players that are outstanding. Number 32, Watkins, Melvin Watkins for North Carolina, Charlotte, and Butch Lee on your right of Marquette. Now, if Marquette uses a man-to-man, Lee will cover Watkins and vice versa. We look for a lot of zones by both teams. You might remember Butch Lee. He's a tremendous one-on-one player. For his 35-point performance, he nearly beat the United States Olympic team single-handedly when he played for the Puerto Rican Olympic team. And there's always somebody that can come off the bench and turn the game around, Billy. And Marquette has just such a man.
Well, they do. Neither one of these clubs go to the bench a great deal. But, of course, in Marquette, they've got a guy by the name of Bernard Toome that was one of the most highly recruited players in the country 2 years ago. He's played well down the stretch.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the coaches for today's game. For the 49ers, Lee Rose. And for the Warriors of Marquette, Al McGuire. Now introducing the starting lineup for today's game. The 49ers of the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Number 23 at forward, a 6'4" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, Lou Massey. Number 25 at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Lakewood, New Jersey, Kevin King. Number 33 at center, 6'8" senior from Kingston, North Carolina, Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. Number 21 at guard, 6'4", a freshman from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, Chad Kent. Number 32 at guard, 6'3", a senior from Reedsville, North Carolina, Melvin Watkins. The Warriors of Marquette. Number 15 at guard, 6'1", junior from New York, Butch Lee. from Point Pleasant, New Jersey, Jim Boylan. Number 54 at center, 6'10", a junior from Waukegan, Illinois, Jerome Whitehead.
The winner meets the victor of the second game, North Carolina against UNLV. Maxwell jumps it against Whitehead. And it is Whitehead who controls the tap to Bo Ellis. Butch Lee, leading scorer for the Warriors, averaged over 20 points a game. That's a rarity on an Al McGuire coached team.
There's that man-to-man matchup pointed out early.
Boylan off to Whitehead, and Marquette leads 2-0. Good play.
Full court zone press by Marquette.
Easily, UNCC works the ball into the offensive end. Melvin Watkins, he's their leader, a senior, 6'4". Big guards for UNCC. Stolen by Boylan to Lee, and a whistle. A foul called on Watkins of Charlotte, trying to retrieve the ball after it was taken away from him.
Melvin Watkins trying to get the ball inside to Lou Massey that time. Threw the ball actually on the wrong side. Needed to go baseline. Got away from him a little bit. Very interesting to see both teams start out man-to-man.
Of course, Butch Lee regarded as perhaps the top man-to-man guard offensively in the country. They say he's impossible to stop with one man, but Watkins may be good enough to do it. This is Lee over Whitehead's screen. Rebound goes to Kevin King of UNCC. 1 minute gone. The Warriors of Marquette lead 2-0. Watkins, Lee went for the steal. Watkins guns. Way off the mark, out of bounds to UNCC. Bill Neary of Marquette touched it last.
Very unfortunate there. Melvin Watkins, more of a setup man than taking shots from that angle.
Chad Kinch, the freshman guard, gets it out of bounds to Watkins.
And Marquette in a zone 2-3 on the out-of-bounds situation. Probably stay that way until you see the ball turned over.
Maxwell, cornbread down underneath the hoop. He likes to work low. That's Kinch outside, not there. Whitehead rebounds for Marquette. He and Bo Ellis averaging around 8 rebounds a game. Boylan, Neary, they call him the $6 million man. Inside, Bo Ellis, take it away. This is cornbread. Way off the mark was King. Kinch outside to Watkins. King again. 3-second violation, UNCC.
I think even though there's a 3-second violation right there, I think Kevin King showed what this team is made of. He took a shot, missed it from the side, got it back, and put up another shot without hesitation. That's the kind of thing you need early in the ballgame.
2 minutes gone, 2-0 Marquette. Boylan, Al McGuire says if there's going to be a surprise star for him, he thinks it'll be Boylan in the game. Everyone overlooks him with Butch Lee getting all the headlines in that backcourt for the Warriors. This is Lee.
UNC Charlotte doing a good job cutting off Lee's penetration in this man-to-man defense. But Marquette's really a patient club. We've seen this all year long.
Al McGuire said if the score is in the 60s, he thinks he will win. If it's over the 60s, then he may be in trouble. Boylan can't connect. Out of bounds off King of UNC Charlotte. And Al McGuire says, let's try the out-of-bounds play number 1. Cheer along the sidelines for UNCC. Here's Cornbread in action again.
We'll see the play on the inside. Good steal by Maxwell. He heads down the court. There's that explosive first step for a big man. Look at him handle that ball. Makes the good pass. Hard shot for Maxwell right there, but a good follow-up on the inside by Massey. UNCC starting to get to the offensive boards a little bit.
6 minutes before the intermission, the score. The Warriors of Marquette 23, the 49ers of UNC Charlotte 13. Lee Rose, 40 years of age, played his college basketball in Lexington, Kentucky at Transylvania. Played under C.M. Newton, now the head man at the University of Alabama. He has been highly successful at UNCC. His record 52-9 in his 2 years. He used to sell popcorn and Cokes at the University of Kentucky games in Lexington when he was a kid.
If what I'm saying sounds muffled to you, this telephone number can change your life.
My daughter once said to me, "Dad, what's the use of talking to you? You never listen." But me, wear a hearing aid. Then a guy at work told me about Songbird.
I never thought that my sister would be happy wearing a hearing aid.
Songbird removes so many obstacles. It's disposable.
Introducing Songbird, the hearing aid so technologically advanced it's disposable. Yes, disposable, just like the contact lenses. And that changes everything. No batteries to replace, never a need for repairs, and no major commitment, financial or emotional.
Well, in my case, my hearing was only a little off. I can hear okay, just not great. Songbird changed everything.
The visit to my hearing professional took about an hour, and I took the Songbird test drive. I could hear it and feel it before I bought it.
If you or someone you know has a hearing problem, call us or visit our website and learn how Songbird will change the way you feel about hearing aids.
He's a coach,
This time I want to see three things.
a teacher, a friend.
You know, what are we trying to make this kid's life impossible?
He's the White Shadow, the classic series now only on ESPN Classic.
What I hear, you guys need a basketball coach real bad.
This old school pro turned coach shows these inner city high school kids what life's really about. Nobody said it'd be easy, but Ken Howard is
Like a white shadow.
the White Shadow, weekdays at 10 a.m. and 11 p.m. on ESPN Classic.
You're watching ESPN Classic's tribute to Hall of Famer Al McGuire.
You know, the interesting thing, there we see Al McGuire and Hank Raymond, the guy that's going to take his place. Richie Majerus there, their real fine young assistant. I think the thing that's interesting about Lee Rose's career is that he's been successful in taking teams to national championships on other levels. And so this guy might not have been in the NCAA before, but he has taken clubs to very high caliber tournaments. So I'm sure he's going to bring them back in this ball game. They're out to a little half-court zone press of their own right now. Marquette recognizes it, though. 1-3-1. Half-court zone press.
You saw Boylan keep Lee in the back court, make his pass, and then break into the front court.
Well, good clubs attack this defense by keeping the ball moving, spreading the defense out. When they have them spread out and a little tired, then trying to go for the score. And that's exactly what Marquette's trying to do now. Just move them around, take away the threat of the double team in the trap.
It took a long arm of Bo Ellis to save that one. Boylan saves that deflected pass, trying to get out of trouble. 23-13, Marquette leading UNCC with 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half.
Al McGuire telling his club to go ahead and look for the shot. Now, they've moved him around, but UNCC doing a good job here.
Some speculate we might see some of this in the second game when North Carolina plays Las Vegas. This is Bernard Toon. Not there. Rebound, Charlotte. This is Kintz bringing it up for it.
Oh, some pass.
But he fooled Lou Massey with it, and Massey could not control it. Turned over to Marquette.
That's the kind of pass you want to throw when you're 10 up, not 10 behind. They've got to go ahead and play good, solid basketball there. That was a tough pass to catch even in the best of conditions.
4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first half. Low scoring. And Marquette with a commanding lead. But you know that UNCC is going to get a hot hand sooner or later. A foul against the 49ers, Chad Kintz. It's his first.
And with Watkins having foul problems of his own, Lee Rose has had to make the switch right there. Kintz is now guarding Bush late.
Trigger man, Lee, Rose, and play off the ball a bit now.
You know, you'd have to say he's not happy with the score, he being Lee Rose, but I think he likes the fact that his team is within striking distance and not playing well offensively. A lot of that due to Marquette's defense.
Bo Ellis wide open, can't hit. Rebound, Kintz.
Oh, good move.
Here come the 49ers. Massey to Kintz. Kintz can't hit it, and it's Whitehead getting the rebound. What a job he's done on the glass.
That was a very important rebound there also because UNCC had everybody in there battling for it. But Whitehead, I'll tell you, he's playing a big 6'10" out there today, Dan.
Thus far, Billy, it appears that the 49ers are really hurrying their shots. They're not really taking a good look and gunning. Lee working on Kintz. 3:45 left in the half. Bernard Toon inside to Bo Ellis. Rebound, Whitehead, no, it's Maxwell. He travels. Oh, that's a tough break for UNCC. Maxwell starting up court, hesitated. Didn't get the ball on the floor soon enough.
Right, Bernard Toon looking to score, gets the ball on the inside. Real good move by Bo Ellis, going up without any dribble or fake at all. Almost made the shot. Good rebound here by Cornbread Maxwell, but you can see, we just missed it right there, but he had the outlet pass, Dick, and all of a sudden the man turned his back and he got caught for traveling.
Gary Rosenberger is in for Marquette. He's a good outside shooter, a 6-foot junior from Milwaukee, replacing Jim Boylan.
Of course, in the man-to-man, Gary's going to have to really get a shot off way up in the air because he's playing against Watkins.
There's a steal, and it's taken right back by Marquette. Maxwell nearly pulled the steal. Toon traveled trying to go to the baseline. He knew that Maxwell was down court. He thought it's not quite so crowded in there. I'm going to the hoop.
Well, there's a case that Al McGuire a little upset with because he doesn't want, there he is talking to Hank Raymond. Some of the expressions on his face are amazing. He doesn't want Bernard to get carried away one-on-one, that being Bernard Toon.
Al walked to the Omni today all alone. He got here just before game time. Massey scores. Good play by UNCC. Lou Massey has 4.
They're coming on right now. Their club looks a lot better. It seems like they're getting themselves poised to make a little run at this game.
That's 6 straight points scored by UNCC since Marquette led it 23-9. Butch Lee on a drive. Blocked out of bounds to Marquette. That interior defense of the 49ers is rugged.
Very good. There was a case where Butch Lee knew he did not have any kind of shot, so he'll try to make up a shot to get fouled, and he does a real good job at that.
Bill Neary replacing Bernard Toon for Marquette with less than 3 minutes remaining in this first half. 8-point game. Lee inside, gets Kinch in the air, blocked beautifully by Maxwell. He is everywhere. How many of them are there on the court? Cornbread is everywhere.
He hasn't had a good game offensively, but he's playing well within himself, and this club is starting to get ready to make a move here. They've played very well the last few minutes.
Massey inside, scores. They would have counted anyway. Goaltending has been called. 8 straight points for UNCC, and at one time Marquette led by 14. That lead has been chopped to 6.
Now look for Marquette to try to get a little bit more movement back into their offense. They kind of sat on that lead. They've got to get everybody moving because UNCC Charlotte's starting to get oriented offensively.
The Warriors lead by only 6.
And that movement's not there, Dick. They're having a hard time deciding how to attack the defense.
Billy Marquette has not scored in nearly 5 minutes.
He's doing a pretty good job on Butch Lee so far.
This is Lee away from Kinch. Can't score. Whitehead can't. Here he tips. Whitehead blocked by Maxwell. Whitehead can't score. And the momentum is shifted. Here come the 49ers. Foul before the shot. Massey going up for the shot. He was fouled before he took it in the air. Bill Neary committed the foul, his second.
Well, here's Jerome Whitehead. Now, nobody blocking him out, and I'll point out why in a second, but look at this action inside. Whitehead again, a great block by Maxwell. Stays right with him, forces a tough shot again, and finally coming down with the rebound, Watkins.
This month on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View, get ready for some big thrills. A large lizard. And the Invisible Man. See you later. Go on the rampage.
This could be the end of civilization.
Do you believe there's a part of yourself that you don't show anybody?
A psychologist and a priest must face down evil.
That thing upstairs isn't my daughter.
And what about a little cops and robbers?
He's a felon.
You haven't lived till you've heard someone say that to you. Party's over.
Big movies, big thrills, big chills, and big stars. All this month on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View, only on Direct TV.
Fun's over. Tell us where you are.
What's the matter, Ronnie? Masculine itching?
How'd you know?
When I experience masculine itching, I reach for Extra Strength Itch Stopper Plus.
How does it work?
When your body heats up, Ronnie, enzymes mixed with bacteria can cause unsightly discomfort.
Boy, howdy.
But with just 2 fingers of the patented oily balm applied to the affected area, you can be swinging.
Get TiVo and skip the stuff you don't want to see. Learn more at TiVo.com.
Watching the 1977 NCAA semifinal between Marquette and North Carolina Charlotte as part of ESPN Classics tribute to Al McGuire.
I'll tell you, Dick, what we're having right there, and Whitehead could take advantage of it. Maxwell really isn't guarding him, and therefore He's wide open for rebounding.
Massey stolen by Lee, but it went right to Kent. Kent to Maxwell. 10 straight points for the 49ers, and the Mean Green fans have seen that big Marquette lead whittled away to 4.
Marquette standing still on offense. They've got to get everybody back in the game. Good pass.
Whitehead from Lee. Jerome Whitehead with 10 points to lead Marquette. 25-19. It took Marquette almost 6 minutes to score.
They're still in the 1-2-2 zone.
Chad Kent can't hit. Maxwell rebounds. And the foul before the shot. No basket.
They pushed the big guy, Bill Neary, and pushed Maxwell on the inside.
Here's the Cornbread story. We've seen him on the defensive end. Let's watch him going for 2 points.
Here he is inside, getting good position in that 1-2-2 zone. Nobody in there really to block him out, and the foul took place before the shot was taken. So good call by the official.
The officials have let the teams play. Only 5 team fouls called against each side. Final minute, first half. Marquette 25, UNC 19, 21. Maxwell scores, and he is fouled by Bo Ellis.
Great pass on the sideline by Kevin King. Now, nobody handling him. They're really having a lot of breakdowns in this zone right here. Maxwell going up and shooting. He's not a tall guy, but with those long arms, he plays at about 6'10" or 11.
Maxwell has 7 points. He got his nickname from the movie Cornbread, Earl and Me. It has nothing to do for his taste in food. And Keith Wilkes, the ex-UCLA All-American, played cornbread, and his teammates said, hey, you look like him. And that's how he got the nickname 2 years ago. It's a 3-point game, 45 seconds remaining in this first half.
Marquette be wise to hang on to that ball, trying to get themselves reorganized, because their offense is just falling asleep. And I think Lee Rose really did a fine thing when he went to that half-court zone press, and Marquette decided to hold on the ball for a while. Might have taken away some of that momentum they had.
They've outscored. UNCC has outscored Marquette 13-2 in the last 6.5 minutes. Final seconds, you see the clock. That is the official clock as Marquette tries to get the final shot away.
You know who they want to have the ball. This guy right here, one-on-one penetrating move, maybe with a 2-man play with Bo Ellis.
There's Butch Lee, way off the mark. Maxwell, they better hurry. Massey. I don't believe it would have counted had it gone. The end of the first half. Marquette had a big lead for Al McGuire, but Lee Rose's UNCC team came rallying back, and at the intermission, it's a 3-point game. The score, Marquette 25, UNC 22.
Don't go there. Don't go there. $1. Get a life.
Get a life.
Love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Do you have not if you're the last man on earth?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Off to the hand.
I think your sister's pretty.
Think your sister's ready. Think your sister's ready.
What's up? What's up? Because I'm your mother, that's why.
Need to crunch something?
Thank you.
Grab a new Snickers Cruncher. Crispy rice, peanuts, and chocolate. Crunchy.
Do you have, don't worry, it happens to lots of guys?
Yeah.
Hungry? Crunch this.
The Subaru Forester has won award after award after award. So what have we done for an encore? Made it even better. Introducing the totally restyled Subaru Forester with our best all-wheel driving system ever. And the awards? Still plenty of cargo space to hold them all. Subaru Forester. Sport utility tough, car easy.
ESPN Classic has so many hit shots, plays, and passes that sometimes we can't decide what to put on. So we want you to take control with Classic Remote Control. Log on to ESPN.com, keyword Classic, and tell us what you'd like to watch on Sunday nights from 7 to 9. Whatever matchup or showdown viewers suggest most is what you'll see on Sunday night. Hey, with a sports library as big as ours, you need help too. So log on, write it in, and take control. Classic Remote Control, Sunday nights from 7 to 9, only on ESPN Classic.
You're watching ESPN Classic's tribute to Hall of Famer Al McGuire.
I think we've got the best seat to watch basketball that we've had all year long. Super town, super place to do a ball game.
It's exciting to be here. Don't forget, right after this one, it's North Carolina against UM Las Vegas in the second game. of the afternoon with the winners going on Monday night for the NCAA championship. A little problem on the center jump to start the second half.
Charlie Foudy wants the floor cleaned up from all the activity the cheerleaders had during halftime. The ball was thrown. Charlie Foudy very intelligently said, hey, hold everything here till we can get this floor cleaned up. We don't want anybody to get hurt, so they'll jump it over again.
That gives us a chance to introduce the lineups to start the second half. Same team that started for Marquette. Whitehead, Ellis, Lee, Boylan, and Neary. It's Massey, King, Hinch, Cornbread Maxwell jumping it, and Watkins, who has 3 fouls and had to sit out part of the first half for UNC Charlotte.
Not a real good toss that time. Cornbread might have stolen that jump a little bit, but Marquette got it back.
Boylan can't score there. Whitehead, he's fouled. That's his 11th rebound of this game. He had 10, and Cornbread Maxwell had 9 in the first half.
Here you see Whitehead inside. Nobody really putting a body on him, and blocking out in a tournament like this is so important. Here comes the whack right there. Not too much question about that foul.
Even my statistician, Sarge Bailey from Cincinnati, could have called that one. It's 25-22. And at the line is Jerome Whitehead as Al McGuire orchestrates that offense and defense in his 13th and final year at the helm at Marquette University. Whitehead acted as though he not only got hit in the arm, but might have been struck in the head, blinking his eyes. That's Marquette's aircraft carrier in the language of Al McGuire.
Al right now over there questioning the officials. If he can't see, he wanted to put another shooter in there. You know, he'd like to have Gary Rosenberg on that, on that line instead of Jerome Whitehead.
Especially since Whitehead is shooting 52% of his free throws.
Come on, Al.
Well, that one was
That's justice right there. Look at Coach. I can make him too.
Whitehead leading all scorers in the game.
Watch the zone press by Marquette. They did a pretty good job with it at one occasion in the first half.
One out of 2 after average. UNC Charlotte has never led. Chad Kinch can't score. But Massey can. Lou Massey, 6'4" forward. Touch Marquette's lead to 2. This is the closest the 49ers have been since the opening minutes.
Even though Kinch had a bad first half shooting, he came out the second half. That shows what this club is made of. They come out and take the big shot. Back to man-to-man, even though they came down in a little bit of a three-quarter zone press.
Inside Ellis, back to Butch Lee. Lee with Kinch. Good move. Oh, what a pretty move by Whitehead, and a foul. Whitehead over the top. It'll be Charlotte's ball with a chance to tie the game. Now, I know there's some fans sensitive down there in that beautiful country, North Carolina, that don't like their team to be called Charlotte, but for the sake of just getting all the words out of the way, that's the way we have to use the time.
There's a good move by Butch Lee on the reverse. And I'll tell you, UNCC is doing a real good job defensively against Lee and making him take some tough shots.
Melvin Watkins ties the game at 26. The first time UNCC has been even since it was 5-5.
Here they are back to the full court. Zone trap again. They're doing a good job.
Ellis finally gets it into the offensive end.
Then they go back to man-to-man. And this is some real good defensive strategy by Lee Rose.
Remember, Marquette led 23-9, and now it's 26 apiece. Boylan inside, sets up Ellis for the dunk. Bo Ellis has 4.
Can't fault Kevin King right there. He tried to stop the penetration and helped out. A weak side guard would have had to pull down there to stop that play.
Kevin King, and the sophomore can't hit, gets his own rebound. Watkins inside to Massey. He mishandled the ball, but he was fouled in doing so. It goes against Marquette. Butch Lee was the man who grimaced, but I don't think it's on Lee.
I think it's
on, Bo Ellis, and that'll be his third foul on Bo Ellis.
That's a very important foul out there. Al McGuire likes to have the seniors in the ball game at the big time.
Where is my magazine?
Hey, Ray, can you believe that they got Marcus Camby to do the commercial for ESPN the magazine and not me and you?
I don't know, Chris, but, Marcus was pretty good. But we've been perfect for this part.
I know, especially we both subscribers to ESPN the magazine, and we both got the free fleece jacket.
And we've both been in this here magazine. You know what? You got a nice smile in here, too.
Thanks, man. That's why we be perfect for it.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to say.
When you eat, live, and breathe sports, ESPN the magazine is where you want to be.
You know, Chris, we need to work on this paddle yo-yo thing. I think that's what ESPN the magazine wants.
Yeah, you're probably right, Ray.
Bigger, bolder, with words and pictures that zoom right to the heart of the game. We cover every corner of sports, from the legends to the laughs, with previews, predictions, and inside information you can only get from ESPN. All with your favorite ESPN personalities, and all with ESPN attitude.
Okay, we need to rehearse this. Check it. How's this? Where's my magazine?
I like that. What do you think about this stuff? Where's my magazine?
Sorry, that's pretty good, but just be a little bit more emotional. Like, where's my ESPN the magazine?
You are a great actor.
Thanks.
Call now for ESPN the magazine. Get 26 issues, a year's worth for just $1 an issue. $1 an issue. That's 66% off the newsstand price. And you'll get our warm, roomy ESPN the magazine gray fleece pullover. Absolutely free.
Hey! That's my magazine, man!
Perfect.
Call now for ESPN the magazine and your free ESPN the magazine gray fleece pullover.
1-800-556-0606. 1-800-556-0606.
Charlie Steiner back here in the ESPN Classic studios as we continue our tribute to Al McGuire. Utah coach Rick Majerus was an assistant under McGuire at Marquette for 6 seasons. Trey Wingo had a chance to talk with Majerus last Friday about his mentor.
Coach, in the passing of Al McGuire, the first thing that comes to mind is, was there ever a man that you met that was more comfortable in his own skin than Al?
No, he was very engaging. He was happy with who he was. You know, a lot of us don't have a sense of self, or we don't understand what it is that we like about ourselves or perhaps don't like. Your assessment is accurate. He was very, very comfortable. His authenticity and his genuineness were probably 2 of his greatest attributes.
Yeah, he certainly did, and he had so many great quotes, and one of them probably described the man you're talking about, where he said, coaching is not the ultimate. I've never liked coaching. There's got to be more than hanging up jock straps, and he was certainly more than that.
Well, one of his great quotes was, it's only important to win in war and surgery. And he felt it was important that you give a great effort. Certainly he was about that. And he was a tremendous competitor, you know, who he loved who he was fighting for, and he hated who he was playing against. So that combination made him a dangerous adversary. What it's a shame is, because of his great broadcasting career and the fact that he was kind of a funny man in the sport, he won't be remembered for his team's great shot selection, discipline, the orchestration of offense, spacing before it became a part of the nomenclature of basketball. He was a superb offensive coach relative to shot delineation, shot definition, that type of thing. He was a man for all seasons, and he could wear any hat and wore all the hats well.
He certainly did. Coach Majerus, we appreciate you taking time on what has been a trying time for you. We wish you and your family the best of health and hope to see you back on the court real soon.
Thanks very much. Coaches in heaven.
And we now return to Marquette and UNC Charlotte in the 1977 Final Four.
UNCC players starting to pick up. They're much more aggressive offensively. There you go.
Lou Massey scores to tie the game. Massey now has 10 to lead UNCC. There's the turnover. And now for the first time in the game, the Green Mean fans, or Mean Green fans, think they have a chance to be in front of that scoreboard. Lee Rose says, let's get us 2. The game is even at 28.
And look for Marquette. This is the ball club been here before. They're just active offensively.
Lou Massey hits 2 in a row. For the first time, UNCC leads with 2.5 minutes gone in the second half.
Dick, very interesting. Al McGuire goes back with his big team. He goes into his zone. Lee Rose says, Maloney, you're going to have to pick us up man-to-man. We've got it going right now. He holds the ball out, forces Marquette to go ahead and play man-to-man again.
9 minutes into the second half, 30-28. The 49ers from Charlotte, North Carolina lead. Lou Massey inside. Rebound, Whitehair.
Really surprised that UNCC doesn't go to Maxwell now. Ellis has got 3 fouls on him. Maxwell's got great one-on-one moves. They haven't tried to attack him yet.
King at the other other end playing Ellis defensively. It's Marquette now trying to get the game back even, trailing by 2. Ellis over King. Tough shot. And rebound by Maxwell. A foul on Bernard Toons, who riding in on the rebound. First.
What's so tough for Marquette is the fact that Maxwell really is guarding nobody. He's on Jerome Whitehead, but he's not fouling, which means he's playing a one-man zone in there. They're going to have to attack a little bit so that Whitehead gets some drop-off passes.
Watkins sets up his backcourt mate, Chad Kent. The freshman Kent. On top. Look at Whitehead climbing high above the iron. He has at least a dozen rebounds in this game. 4 minutes gone. Marquette trails UNCC by 2.
See, there you have Maxwell again, having the opportunity to guard somebody he really wasn't assigned to. He's playing a one-man zone under there.
Butch Lee off to Bernard Toon. Toon is open, can't hit. Rebound goes to Massey.
Now McGuire wants Bernard to get back down on defense.
4.5 minutes gone, second half. UNC Charlotte with a lead in the ball.
They've got to be trying right now to get the ball. There it is to Cornbread. They're trying to isolate.
Which way does it go? Against Bo Ellis, his 4th foul.
That's a great move by Lee Rose. Isolate, put Ellis in trouble. Just really good basketball right here. Good, smart basketball. Ellis really having a hard time. There you see the play, and good call by the official because Bo really never had defensive position. Here you go. Tough guy to handle one-on-one inside.
Bo Ellis, one of the stars for Marquette, has 4 fouls. He stays in the game as Maxwell gives his team a 3-point lead. He's looking for his 10th point of the game. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell.
Well, you'll see Ellis stay in the game, but I guarantee you he won't be guarding Maxwell. It might be Bernard Toom, or maybe even go to Jerome Whitehead on him. Still that full court zone trap.
Broken nicely on that pass by Boylan. King knocks it away from Toom. Maxwell threw it away. Toom has it. Or Marquette almost lost it out of bounds. So play gets a bit frantic here with 5 minutes gone in the second half. And the underdog dark horse team, UNCC, leading Marquette by 4.
There's a rub-off play that Marquette likes to use for Butch Lee, but with Maxwell underneath there, now he's out on Boylan.
That's Bernard Toon, short. Boylan rebounds. Good play by the guard. Jim Boylan has he's played a fine game, and that was a necessary hoop for the Warriors.
You see Bernard Toon going to go on Maxwell right now. It's going to be Massey and Ellis.
Maxwell walks around Toon. He scores. He's fouled by Bernard Toon. Maxwell almost impossible to stop inside.
Well, Lee Rose knows where to go for the meal ticket right here, and good move by Maxwell. Makes the good fake to the left, comes back with a hook shot inside. And I'll tell you, his hook release is so high. He's got the great long arms and great release on that hook shot.
Maxwell in the top 30 in field goal percentage, rebounding and in scoring, and showing you why today as he's now given his Charlotte team a 5-point lead, 35-30.
Just like Mom used to make, huh? What? Never mind.
Strawberry? Don't mind if I do.
He's out, and it's all over for England.
Typical. Home, Dixon. Righto, sir.
You're watching the 1977 NCAA semifinal between Marquette and North Carolina Charlotte as part of ESPN Classic's tribute to Al McGuire.
Watkins goes out for UNCC, and he's replaced by Jeff Gruber, who hit a couple of buckets in the first half.
Go back in that three-quarter court 2-2-1 zone press, and it's been extremely effective. They're doing a good job getting back into the man-to-man, too, after they set that press up. Marquette having a hard time. Now they're in the 2-3 zone. Remember, Bo Ellis is playing with 4 fouls, and we have 14 minutes left in the game. And while they change his defense, you can see Marquette having to resettle their offense. Butch Lee finally gets a crack in that zone and scores his 7th point of the game. 3-point lead for UNCC with 13:45 left. After this one, North Carolina against UNLV. Traveling is the call against the 49ers, and Marquette gets the break on the turnover. Good smart play by Bo Ellis. He kept good position without sticking his hand in the way. He's been around a long time, and so is that man right there. Al McGuire, who says, I like seashells and balloons, yellow ribbons and medals, bare feet and wet grass. And, of course, his team would love to give him an NCAA championship as a going-away present. There UNCC back in the man-to-man defense. They're just switching every time down the floor. Butch Lee with Chad Kent. Lee can't hit it. Rebound Toon. He's fouled. Who got him? Maxwell, I believe. The 49ers, the long arm of Cornbread Maxwell reaching in for his 2nd foul, and will send Bernard Toon to the line. This 6'9" sophomore from Yonkers, New York. And he scored just 4 points a game this year. But everyone in the country knows, including Toon and McGuire, that this could be one of the great players in the United States the next 2 years. He's just never gotten off the Schneider this year. You know, Dick, I think that Marquette, although they would like to play a very passive game offensively, might be able to pick things up by just going ahead and throwing the ball up at the basket and then saying, okay, we've got more powerful guys inside, we'll just go rebound. That may be what they'll have to resort to in time. Toon cuts the lead to 1. Maxwell helping out on the full court press. And it's Massey now to Kent. Gruber, good move. And oh my, Bo Ellis going for that rebound. He almost went over the top of one of the 49ers, and that would have been all for Bo Ellis. Great intensity, though, on that Marquette defense that time. That's the best defensive pressure they've had in the ball game. UNC Charlotte leading by 1 with 7 minutes gone in the 2nd half. Semi-final action from Atlanta, Georgia. Wanted to get the ball to Gruber for that jump shot. Lou Massey hot in the half. It wouldn't have counted anyway. 3-second violation against UNC Charlotte. Number 31 is Phil Scott, the 6'6" freshman from Columbia, Maryland, sent in by Lee Rose. And Rose takes out Lou Massey, his junior and number 2 scorer.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink. It's Mother Nature approved, then it's safe on your colored fabrics. OxyClean seeks out organic stains. It'll even take red wine and grape juice out of white carpeting. Make a paste, make it 10 times as powerful. It'll whiten your grout and get rid of your toughest stains. Soak your fabrics, even lace. It has the power of bleach without the damaging side effects of chlorine. Use it in your laundry. It'll make your whites whiter, your brights brighter. Call now and you'll receive a whopping 6-pound bucket of OxyClean for just $19.95. But if you call in the next 20 minutes, we'll also include a squirt bottle, a super chamois, and a bottle of our world-famous Orange Clean free. Here's how to order.
Call to order your 6-pound bucket of OxyClean for only $19.95. Call now and we'll include the super chamois, squirt bottle, and Orange Clean absolutely free. Call 1-800-533-4400. Call now.
This month, Eddie Murphy's bringing his whole nutty family to direct ticket pay-per-view.
Get your butt out of my chair.
And they're coming with 2 big fat surprises. Order Nutty Professor to the clubs on direct ticket pay-per-view and get a free CD soundtrack with songs by these artists after the movie.
ESPN Classics tribute to Hall of Famer Al McGuire.
Now this UNCC club, Dick, they're playing in a new conference, a conference that will, I'm sure, be recognized, the Sun Belt League, and that's headed by a guy by the name of Vic Bubas, who certainly brought college basketball some of his finest hours down in this part of the country.
Duke University.
Duke, right.
An excellent man. They've picked a fine commissioner.
You've got a leader like that, everybody's going to follow.
Marquette looking for a go-ahead goal. They trail by 1. Whitehead coming way outside. Inside Ellis. Boylan. Rebound goes to Ellis. And he misses everything. Threw up a brick, and Maxwell there to pull it in.
Probably not the shot that Al McGuire would have liked, but there was a case where they just kept the ball active. It's kind of interesting that Marquette seems like they haven't played well, but yet they're just one down right now. Neither team been able to take control.
Boylan kicked it out of bounds. It goes to the Mean Green, leading by 1 with 12 minutes left. The winner advances Monday night, and we'll have their telecast of the second game here from the Omni, University of North Carolina, against the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. There's King, Kevin King. 6'7" sophomore has 4 points and a 3-point UNCC lead.
There's that 1-1-3 zone defense, which is, as I said before, very interesting. They start out that way, then like to go back to the 2-3 look.
Bo Ellis from about 18, not there. Rebound, Chad Kintz for UNC Charlotte. Here come the 49ers. Tough break off the foot of the dribbler King as he was going to the baseline. Out of bounds to Marquette.
Put in a word from my own school. Al standing up in the sideline collar and let's run Wake Forest. This will be a play for a step out for Butch Lee. He never did get into it, of course, because UNC Charlotte is playing the zone. The changing of defenses is so interesting right here that every time you come down the floor, what you plan to do might not be available.
Bernard Toon almost lost the ball. I guess that's one of the revelations the last 5 years. Toon from the corner. Bernard Toon truly drops in a tough one-hander. He has 6, and it's a 1-point game again. We're approaching the 10-minute mark of the second half. Foul on Toon, his 3rd foul. He better be careful or he's liable to pick up a technical, and his teammates have to rest him away. 2 substitutions for UNCC. The starters come back in, Massey and Watkins, as Lee Royce will have his top 5 on the floor now with 10 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the game.
You know, you got to respect Charlie Foudy on that particular play. Bernard Toon kind of challenged the call, went after him, and he knows that it's an important game and kids are going to be a little bit hot. Kind of just said, hey, calm down, son. And I'm sure Bernard had gone after him a little more. He throws the tee on him. Otherwise, he said, hey, he kept quiet and can't blame him for losing his control a little bit.
Billy, there's another interesting development that could be very important. Team fouls. Marquette 6. UNC Charlotte only 2. The next Marquette foul. Oh, look at that. Bo Ellis make the clean steal. The next Marquette foul will send the 49ers into the bonus, and it'll be a while before the Warriors will have that opportunity.
Here's the man-to-man situation. Look to hit the forward and try to rub off of Bo Ellis to get the step-out shot. There's a 1-3-1 zone by UNCC. Pinch running the baseline. Good rebound.
Ellis kept it alive. Whitehead scores it, and Marquette goes back in the lead. 38-37. 9.5 minutes remaining in the game.
There's a case, Dick, where Marquette just putting the ball up at the basket and then trying to out-rebound UNCC. Good move.
Marquette led the entire first half. UNC Charlotte came out, gained a 5-point lead in the second half, and now it's Marquette back in front as the whistle is a foul away from the ball.
Here we see the shots being taken. Bo Ellis keeping it active, and here's what Marquette can probably do the rest of the stretch. Just try to keep the ball going up on there, playing volleyball on the backboard.
You know, most men get pretty shook up about losing their hair. But today, many of them are learning about Bosley Medical. They use your own living hair to fill in the thin spots. Just look at that. It really works. You can treat it like real hair because it is real hair. Your own naturally growing hair, so you don't have to worry about it.
Bosley Medical is the world's most experienced hair restoration practice. For over 25 years, they have performed more than 130,000 procedures using the innovative micrografting techniques pioneered by founder Dr. L. Lee Bosley.
Each surgeon at Bosley Medical is board certified and individually trained by me.
So if you want to have your own naturally growing hair back, call this number for more information. We'll send you this free video and in-depth guidebook that gives you the real facts about hair restoration. There's no cost and absolutely no obligation. So do it for yourself. Call now and get the real results you've been looking for.
It's your real hair.
You can't do better than real.
On ESPN Classic, there's a fan for every sport and a sport for every fan.
And now it's easy for one to find the other.
Watch Game of the Night at 9.
You'll catch a different sport every night.
Monday Night Baseball.
Always a hit.
Tuesday Fight Night.
A knockout.
Wednesday Night College Football.
The top rivalries.
Thursday Night College Basketball.
Slam and hoops.
And Friday Night NFL.
Legendary matchups.
Saturday Night NHL. And Sunday night, it's real classics. Game of the Night, every night, only on ESPN Classic.
You're watching the 1977 NCAA semifinal between Marquette and North Carolina Charlotte as part of ESPN Classic's tribute to Al McGuire.
Meanwhile, Butch Lee committed that last foul, and that sends UNC Charlotte to the free throw line. So at 9 minutes, 14 seconds left, the 49ers get the 1-1. Meanwhile, Marquette needs 4 more fouls from UNCC before they'll have the bonus. This is Melvin Watkins. Tough break, missing the front end, and a foul over the top. And one of the 49ers, it appeared to be Kevin King.
Kevin King moving in, kind of a costly miss too, Dick. When you talk about that big advantage you have shooting one-on-one, you've got to make them. University of North Carolina showed that last week in the Eastern Region.
You can win it from that 15-foot stripe. 9 minutes left. Marquette with the ball and a lead, although Marquette has not shot above 38% for the game. UNCC has shot now 45% for the game. Lee has learned respect for those big, talented guards of the 49ers. He's not going to pop unless he's wide open.
What they do so well is stay on the floor when he uses those pump fakes because they know they can jump up and block the shot even after he releases.
One thing for certain, this is going to be a very low-scoring final, 38-37, with 8.5 minutes left in the game. Whitehead, a rare outside shot. Jerome Whitehead has 16 points, perhaps his biggest game in his career, and Marquette leads by 3.
I think he surprised Maxwell by even taking that shot. Here they have Maxwell and Ellis on the same side of the floor. Ellis being so important. They've got to try to attack a little bit on the other side of the court to make Ellis play somebody.
Kevin King, heartbreak shot. Rebound, Boylan. Double team. Nice, clever work by the junior guard. 8 minutes left. Marquette leads by 3, although they have not shot well in the game. Whitehead, he's hot. Not on that one. He didn't hit a thing.
No, Al didn't want that shot taken, but I think Jerome just got caught in the air and didn't know what to do with it other than throw it to the hoop.
Inside is Maxwell. One of the rare times he's had his hands on the ball. Outside to Watkins. He hits. Melvin Watkins now has 4, and it's a 1-point game. Marquette leads with 7.5 minutes left.
You can see Watkins giving the signal there for the 2-2-1 full court press.
Lee saw the pressure, got it off to Boylan, back to Lee. Nice job.
Lee and Ellis have been around for a long time in pressure games. They handle that extremely well.
Big foul. Al McGuire has just seen Melvin Watkins of UNCC pick up his 4th foul. So 2 important starters. Watkins, the playmaking guard for Charlotte, has 4. And Bo Ellis, the big forward, called Secretariat of the Forwards by his college coach, has 4 for Marquette. 7 minutes, 13 seconds left. Marquette leads by 1.
And Dick, it helps to narrow that gap on the important 1-on-1 situation also, because that's a foul that really was incidental a long way from the basket.
5 team fouls now on UNCC. You heard Boylan clapping his hands on the far side. He wanted the ball. He was open. Now Boylan motions for Lee. Bring it back out. Let's set it up.
Maxwell's got a little bit more respect for Whitehead now. He's trying to stay with him a little more.
Boylan dumping it off to Whitehead, who rips it home. What a feed by Jim Boylan. Whitehead has 17 points.
Philips CD recorder system. Burn it, play it.
Introducing the latest in all-weather gear from LL Bean. It's the new LL Bean Edition Outback from Subaru. With full-time all-wheel drive, classic LL Bean styling, and a new powerful 6-cylinder engine that makes the toughest drive a walk in the woods. The LL Bean Edition Outback. New from Subaru.
Vodka sold separately.
Discover the power of the new 6-cylinder Outback today.
You're watching ESPN Classics tribute to Hall of Famer Al McGuire.
6 minutes, 19 seconds left in this first semifinal game. The score, Marquette 42, UNC Charlotte 39. Interestingly, the two top scorers for Marquette, Butch Lee has 7, and Bo Ellis has only 4. So it has been their teammates that have really picked up the scoring load. Lee having a little trouble getting the ball in on that press. And here comes Bo Ellis. Marquette with a 3-point lead and 6 minutes left in the game.
They're sticking with his high post offense, and of course Jerome Whitehead has been the key because Maxwell's trying to help out all over the floor, leaving Whitehead wide open. And I would say, Dick, if he starts to spend more time with Whitehead, that's going to leave the penetration of Lee available for Marquette.
Whitehead dumping it off to Butch Lee. Maxwell picks him up alertly. Discourages the shot, but that leaves Whitehead free, and he doesn't take the shot. So Al McGuire had to talk to Jerome, say, hey, you had a great game. Make sure you got 2 before you unload.
I think he should have probably gone up with that one, though. They can't sit on this thing now because they've got to go ahead and keep playing.
Look at that, Whitehead. He's a warrior on the boards as he follows in Lee's shot. 19 points for Jerome Whitehead, and that's Marquette's biggest lead in this second half.
And that's really not Maxwell's fault. He's trying to help out and pick somebody up, and then nobody's just over on Jerome Whitehead.
Tough shot by Chad Kent, the freshman from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, as he drives the alley and gets 2 big points. It's a 3-point game with exactly 5 minutes left.
Good play by Ellis. Both the time before and that occasion right there. He sees the lane, gets open for the pass, and then hits somebody to break up the press. Seems like Bo Ellis been playing for Marquette for 20 years.
And he was in the Final Four as a freshman, you remember, when North Carolina State defeated Marquette in the championship game. Butch Lee threading that needle. Left hand, and who's the foul on? Lee of Marquette for charging. Second foul on Lee. Very important play.
That's a good play right there by UNCC as total team defense. They got Lee in a bad position. We'll see a play right here again where Whitehead, you can see nobody blocking him out at all. Now, a guy with his ability, somebody has to put a body on him, and actually, in that case, it probably should have been Jeff Rubin. Even though he's a guard, a small guy, you've got to keep the big man blocked out.
With that big guy coming at you, I can understand to give him a hip and taking it away.
Well, maybe so, Dick, but this is for all the marbles right here. You got to put your body on it.
That's for certain. Not only did Marquette lose the ball, but Cornbread Maxwell gets a shot at picking up 2 extra points, and he gets one of them to make it 44-42. Maxwell is 6 out of 7 from the line. Marquette's lead shrinks to 1. 44-43, 4:35 left. Lee having trouble. Turned it over and then got it back. What a play. What hands by Lee. And now he has it taken away by Chad Kent.
Great play by Kent. Butch Lee should have pulled the ball back out.
Gruber to Massey, and Massey loses it.
Al says, timeout. Let's haul this thing down a little bit.
Al McGuire's going to go over there and wipe the grease off the basketball. That thing was squirting around like a grape seed. And Al said, let's sit down here. Now, this is the whole season, men. Al has been a picture of decorum on the bench today. He promises, he said, he'll never get another technical foul. And he said, maybe I can do it. There's only 2 games to go. And, of course, there's the record. He's been in 7 straight NCAA tournaments, and his team has been in the finals this the second time. And he points up there, fellas, that's what it's all about. 4 minutes, 16 seconds left. We lead by 1. We have the ball.
Ever use the wrong tool for the job? If it's a cutting job, it can be damaging to your project, to your tools, and you. Now you can work like a pro. The Craftsman AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter, only from Sears. The convenience of 3 tools in 1, plus a stainless steel blade, give the AccuCut combination cutter the edge over utility knives, wire cutters, or shop cutters. There's nothing like it. Its blade-to-anvil action cuts through tough household materials cleanly and easily. It sure beats handsaws or utility knives when cutting dowels, vinyl flooring, or pruning shrubs and flowers in the backyard. Like other Craftsman hand tools, the AccuCut combination cutter helps you work smarter, not harder, and it's guaranteed forever. Retract the anvil, and this versatile tool becomes a razor-sharp utility knife. Just right for slicing carpet, heavy cardboard, upholstery, and scoring sheetrock. But that's not all. Its titanium-coated wire cutter works on most types of wire, too, including solid, braided, Romex, steel, copper, and more. Just $29.99. The Craftsman Professional AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter is a versatile household tool. Whether you're a true professional or a weekend enthusiast, you'll find it perfect for crafts, home improvement projects, and of course, last-minute repairs. Call now to order your Craftsman AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter. Soft grip handles make it easy and comfortable for anyone to use. And replacement blade storage in the handle means it's ready when you are, giving you clean, accurate cuts every time. When you're finished, simply slide the lock into place and it stores away safely. The AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter is another example of how Craftsman makes anything possible. And its versatility means you'll always have the right tool for the job. Call now to order the AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter. Sears, the good life, at a great price, guaranteed.
To order your Craftsman Professional AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter, have your Sears or other major credit card ready and call 1-800-405-9911. That's 1-800-405-9911. Call now.
Charlie Steiner back here in the ESPN Classic studios. We continue with our tribute to Al McGuire. After a Hall of Fame coaching career, Al McGuire became an outstanding broadcaster with his own unique style. From our College Hoops Tonight set, Reese Davis and Brad Daugherty reflect on how Al McGuire brought fun to the game he loved.
You know, as we look back on the life of Al McGuire, so many things that come to mind, certainly the '77 championship. You know, I think he really paved the way for guys like Dick Vitale to inject some enthusiasm and personality into the broadcast of games. Was the place alive when Al came in to do a game?
Oh, without doubt. He was the originator of the bringing the attitude to the game, bringing fun to the game, having a great time, saying off-the-wall things and using his own Al speak, so to speak. I remember we were playing Marquette back in 1986, and he had walked out and was walking down the sideline of the court, and we were shooting layups, and he walks up to me. And Coach McGuire was known not to have the greatest memory for names, so he walks up and he grabs my jersey, and he looks at the back of my jersey, and he says, "Doherty, you keep playing good basketball. You're going to make a lot of smackaroos playing this game." And I just laughed. I didn't know what to say. It was just hilarious, and all the guys started laughing. But he had that personality. And in today's game, you know, with coaches, they wouldn't be able to do the things that he did. There's too much pressure in today's game, and he didn't take the pressure seriously. He enjoyed the game for what it was.
Yeah, you know, he was a guy who had his teams with the untucked jerseys, and people, how could he possibly do that? But he was one of a kind. He was unique. He taught us it's okay sometimes to go barefoot in the wet grass.
And we now return to Marquette and UNC Charlotte in the 1977 Final Four.
His dark horse UNCC team has done a marvelous job getting here. And Rose, his credentials speak for themselves. His record at Transylvania College and then at UNCC, where he's lost only 9 games of 61. Rose and McGuire. This is what coaching's all about, Billy. This has to be the moments that you enjoy most of all, because now it becomes a coach's game, does it not? A one-point ball game. It's strategy from here on in and hopeful execution of that strategy.
Well, Dick, you know, we followed the entire season this year and then the playoffs particularly, and I think that this has been a coach's year. We saw Jimmy Boeheim up there at Syracuse do a great job in the Tennessee ball game. And then Rose comes right back and does a job on him a week later. So I really think the NCAA this year, the playoffs particularly, have been a coach's playoff.
Well, to add to that, Dean Smith's job against Kentucky and Notre Dame, and how about Jim Killingsworth of Idaho State pulling off the big upset of UCLA. 4:16 left. There are no changes.
Excuse me, Dick, that last time out from Al McGuire is just one of those small things in coaching. You can see the game getting away from your players, and 4:16 to go, he had to use one.
UNCC puts on that pressure defense in the backcourt. Lee. Now, running along the baseline, Lee, that's a traveling violation.
Well, what happened, Dick? You can run on that baseline after a score, but you cannot run on the baseline after a turnover. So Butch has got to be stationary there. When he wasn't, of course, it's a traveling violation, just like it would be if you're on the court.
A rare call, but the official's right on the spot. Here's UNC Charlotte with a chance to take the lead. 44-43, Marquette with a bit more than 4 minutes left.
There was a case talking about coaching. That's one of the things Al didn't remind Butch of. And I tell you, there's so many things in this game of small points that mean so much.
There's Massey underneath the score. UNCC regains the lead, 45-44. Lou Massey has 14.
UNCC going back with that full court zone press. And then now they're back in the man-to-man. I'll tell you, just some great strategy out here on the part of both of these coaches.
Bo Ellis trying to go to the hoop and had it knocked away by King. Kevin King has done a great job defensively on Bo Ellis all day.
Nice balance. Lee Rose put it as chemistry yesterday on the ball club. Everybody kind of fills in for each other.
The one man that has delivered is this man, Jerome Whitehead. He can't hit it. Look at it. It's on the rebound, and he can't score. Rebound goes to UNCC. Lou Massey. And with 3 minutes left, Marquette trailing UNCC by 1.
They see a little bit of ball handling finesse on their own right here. Here goes Cornbread out. He's going to hang on to the ball a little bit. It's a box of one, but on the offensive end of the court. 4 guys in a box, 1 guy handling the ball. And I'm sure they'd like to have Cornbread handle it with Bernard Toome guarding it. Bernard certainly hasn't had a lot of experience in an isolated one-on-one situation.
And now the clock becomes so very important. 2:33, 2:32 left. With Marquette trying to get the ball. UNCC trying to play keep away, leading by 1. Oh, good move by Watkins, and then it was almost stolen by Ellis.
Oh, good pass by King. Rather than try to make a bad play out of it, he brought it back out. The club is a very poised club, and that NIT last year had to help him. Look at the Cornbread.
Maxwell making his move and getting it back outside. The clock ticking away. We're now down to 2 minutes left.
Some people will watch anything. But for everyone else, the Total Choice Platinum Package from DirecTV gives you the ultimate in entertainment. 32 premium movie channels, over 25 great sports channels, plus over 100 general entertainment channels. When you stop spinning your wheels, order the Total Choice Platinum Package from DirecTV and do your hamster a favor. Put his cage in front of the TV. Some people are easily amused. But for people who demand the best in movie entertainment, the Total Choice HBO Stars Showtime Value Package offers over 100 general entertainment channels, plus 32 premium movie channels for an ever-changing selection of exciting, memorable films available to you 24 hours a day. Riveting. Engaging. The Total Choice HBO Stars Showtime Value Package is a great catch. So pounce on it today.
Watching the 1977 NCAA semifinal between Marquette and North Carolina Charlotte as part of ESPN Classics tribute to Al McGuire.
Marquette sees UNCC at the free throw line as the 1-and-1 in effect for the 49ers, but it will not be for Marquette unless Charlotte commits 2 more fouls.
This is not Joe Frazier in a basketball uniform, but I'll guarantee you, physique-wise, Melvin looks an awful lot like him.
They call him the Bionic Man. 46-44. That's the 5th point for Watkins, the senior from Reidsville, North Carolina, averaging 10 a game. UNCC manages that 3-point advantage. That's a very important set of free throws made by Melvin Watkins because Marquette, in essence, needs to score and get the ball again. Now there's a timeout by Lee Rose after the successful free throw.
Very interesting there because you know he's probably going to want to go and keep using that full court press and then dropping back defensively. Lee Rose going to go ahead and use some defensive players in the game, and Al McGuire, on the other hand, he wanted to have Gary Rosenberger in the game to use him offensively. So we'll see if he keeps Rosenberger in there, trying to get some shots up early.
And as you pointed out, Billy, one of the keys in the pressure of the final going was that violation by Butch Lee that cost Marquette the ball and led to a UNCC basket. 47-44. Would you think that McGuire is telling his team we got to go down and not be quite so patient now? We've got to get a good shot in a hurry.
Well, you know the thing that I think he can get away with? I think he could go ahead and set a solid screen for Butch Lee, make Maxwell switch over to Butch Lee, and then they have a big and small situation inside for Jerome Whitehead, who's really been a dominator on the inside. They've got to somehow get up shots quickly in a hope that Maxwell is out of position enough for Whitehead to go rebound.
The search for the bombshell bandit continues tonight throughout the Basket Creek area.
3 minutes from now, a heart attack victim will be rushed into this emergency room. Medication will be injected. IV fluids will be needed. The patient will be protected from infection. Breathing will be assisted. And one more life will be saved.
Mrs. Hanson? Yes. Hi, I'm Dr. Moore. Her husband's doing fine. Oh, I'm so glad.
Thanks to advanced medical techniques and a material we call plastic.
But that is a point of law. They eased it. Play on, play like a referee. Play on. Mr. McEnroe, you are getting a public warning.
You're watching ESPN Classic.
You're watching ESPN Classic's tribute to Hall of Famer Al McGuire.
Defensive record of Marquette. On the year, they were ranked 4th in the nation in NCAA defense. But even though they've allowed but 47 points to their opponents today, they trail by 3, and there's not much time left, as you can see.
You can see Melvin Watkins making sure that Marquette doesn't throw the ball all the way up the court, but his other teammates are all back in there packed tightly in what looks like going to be some form of a zone defense. Maybe 1-3-1. Now the delay before we start the action is a break for McGuire because he has now been able to see the defense used by UNCC and perhaps can counter it somewhat. Don't know what Paul Galvin, that's the assistant coach under Al McGuire, and will be the new head coach Hank Raymond's of the Warriors next year. You can see Al's going with 3 guards in the ball game, so he's going to put that ball up, and one of the guards is Gary Rosenberger, who we have seen many times. He's a great outside shooter and will put it up from a good distance. Don't know what the additional hold-up is here.
I think I know, Billy. They're telling each coach how many timeouts are remaining. And according to our statistics, as you saw earlier, Lee Rose has 2, and Al McGuire Marquette has only 1 timeout left.
Looks like a 1-3-1 zone defense. There could be some shots from the deep corner right here. Let's see if they stay with it. No, they faked them out a little bit. They're going to the 1-2-2. Rosenberger's the guy they'd like to put it up, but he's against Kevin King.
Watkins got caught in a trap. He has fouled out. That is the 5th personal foul on the excellent defensive player and playmaker of UNCC, Melvin Watkins. He leaves the game with a total of 6 points. Watkins leaves with 6. He will be replaced by Lou Massey.
Well, that's a very, very big team defensively out there right now. You have a hard time getting a shot off from the perimeter area. You've got a 6'7" Kevin King out there playing a wing position.
And the freshman Phil Scott is 6'6", playing underneath on Whitehead. 1 minute, 25 seconds left.
You can see there's Rosenberger, but there's no way he's going to get that shot off. They're trying to get him open.
Butch Lee from way outside. Oh, what a pressure shot. 47-46. Lee has 9, and as we approach the 1-minute mark.
And Corbett waves him away, said, I'll bring it up by myself.
Bo Ellis with 4 fouls, Hawking, Cornbread, Maxwell.
Here's a total spread by UNCC.
Less than a minute remaining. 47-46. The winner advances to the Monday night final.
They're going to want to foul somebody. Who is it going to be?
Boylan fouls Maxwell. Cornbread Maxwell, who has been best at the line under pressure, gets a chance to exhibit that right now as he toes the stripe. Let's watch his little practice. He said right there and then up and in. That's how you do it.
Dick, you're into all this stuff. What is that when you think about what you're supposed to do and before you do it, you actually dream about it? What's that called?
Well, for Lee Rose, he wants it to be a premonition of good things to come. He's looking for a 16th point and doesn't get it. Bo Ellis rebounds, and now it's Marquette as the game is shifted one more time. The Warriors trail by 1, and you saw the time remaining.
And UNCC back in the man-to-man again. Look for Jerome Whitehead on a dish.
Butch Lee scores again. Alfred Butch Lee, who nearly single-handedly beat the U.S. Olympic team, representing Puerto Rico, has given Marquette the lead. 20 seconds left.
Marquette in the zone now.
Nasty can't hit. Rebound. Rosenberger all the way. Beautiful play by Kent, and he committed a foul. They said that Kent fouled, and that will send Rosenberger to the line. 13 seconds left. Here it is again.
Nasty had his shot. There was a case for Rosenberger and Lee. Kent, I'm kind of surprised didn't go for the block here. He has that great leaping ability, and instead of going for the foul there early, now they've been better off going up for the block.
So this game in doubt throughout, even though Marquette had a healthy lead at 23-9 in the first half, lost the lead. UNCC led by 5 early. UNCC had a 3-point lead with just a bit more than a minute left, but a couple of big pressure shots by Butch Lee has put Marquette back in front by 1.
Introducing the latest in all-weather gear from LL Bean. It's the new LL Bean Edition Outback from Subaru. With full-time all-wheel drive, classic LL Bean styling, and a new powerful 6-cylinder engine that makes the toughest drive a walk in the woods. The LL Bean Edition Outback. New from Subaru.
Like a sold separately.
Discover the power of the new 6-cylinder Outback today.
Bill, I want you to meet my Kelly.
Hey.
Bill's the
president of Kraus Chemical. Congratulations, little lady. Looking forward to getting out into the real world. Find yourself a rich husband, huh?
Actually, I plan to make my own money.
Ooh, quite the little firebrand you got here, huh?
It was my final
Kelly, hey, listen. I got a nephew I want you to meet. He's an investment banker.
I do my own investing, but thanks.
Call him. He's loaded.
So I bought 350 shares.
Uh-oh. Stock market can get awfully tricky, sweetheart.
Well, I have an Ameritrade account. They have lots of research so I can make decisions myself. And it's only $8 a trade.
Call my nephew. He's smart. And he's good looking. Just like his uncle, huh? Hey, Kelly! Calling him already, huh?
No, just dumping a stock. Didn't like the management.
Open a cash account with $500 and get 50 internet equity trades at half the commission in the first 3 months. Go to Ameritrade.com. Ameritrade. It's how you get somewhere on Wall Street.
You're watching ESPN Classic.
You're watching the 1977 NCAA semifinal between Marquette and North Carolina Charlotte as part of ESPN Classic's tribute to Al McGuire.
And should Marquette win it, you almost wonder if there isn't some magic being carried by Al McGuire. Who can ever forget that emotional final 2 games 2 years ago in San Diego when UCLA's Bruins would not let John Wooden lose. And maybe that same spirit exists in that huddle of the Marquette Warriors for the coach, as Butch Lee put it, and McGuire, we all know, a very complex man. He said, I think we love him. Not we love him, I think we love him. And that's really the kind of mystique that McGuire has. As he says, 13 seconds left. Now the pressure is on the free throw shooting talent of Gary Rosenberger. That's how Marquette got the ball to take the lead. Can the Warriors put the pressure on UNCC by making the free throws.
You know, Melvin Watkins committed that foul out around the midcourt area before. That throws it into the 1-and-1 situation. And I think this will be a 1-and-1 foul as opposed to a 2. Well, I just have to see. I didn't see whether the official said 1-and-1 or 2, but I think it'd be 1-and-1. And before, Dick, that would have been a case if Watkins hadn't committed that Marquette would have merely gotten the ball out of bounds. So a very big situation involving the 1-and-1 bonus.
And it puts Gary Rosenberger in the spotlight. Rosenberger is from Marquette High School in Milwaukee and was a forgotten man. Utah acquired Jeff Jonas, a great player and guard off that team. Rosenberger stayed at home. He is shooting 2. It is a 2-shot violation. That takes the pressure off. And he needs the second one. Oh, Ellis did not know that it was a 1-and-1. He was playing and everyone else was watching. It is a 2-shot violation. So Rosenberger now must make this one or it shifts one more time.
Well, also importantly, Dick, it's just a 2-point differential now and they can afford to go down and take a good shot. Lee Rose wants a timeout.
Timeout with 10 seconds left. Now you talk about your 2-minute offense in football. This is the 10-second offense for UNCC. The clock is not official on your screen at the moment. There is 1 more second remaining than you see. There is 10 seconds remaining on the official clock. And look where Al McGuire is. If we pull out from this shot, you'll see that he's not at his bench. His Marquette fans are making so much noise behind the bench location that Al McGuire has taken his team right out to the center circle.
Well, what's really interesting, too, he's getting Richie Majerus to go over and find out exactly how much time, how many timeouts they have left. And look at him hitting Rosenberger on the chest. I would expect them to go back into a zone and force UNCC to take a shot from the outside. UNCC's got Massey, good outside shooter. They've got a lot of guys who can put it up there. This game is looked like an OT possibility.
That's right. Billy, remember we talked to Lee Rose yesterday, and my question now seems very appropriate. We asked Mr. Rose, the head coach of UNCC, if it comes down to a final shot at the end of the game, who do you want to take the shot? And he looked at us and he said, I don't really care. I have 5 men, all of whom will set up a play. But if the play doesn't work, whoever has the ball, I have great confidence in. He said, there isn't one man that I really want to have the final shot. Well, that's nice to have that kind of material on the floor.
It is, and it also makes it very tough on the defensive ball club because you can't go ahead and say, okay, obviously Joe Jones is going to take the shot. You can see Marquette trying to stop the inbounds pass a little bit, but they're packed in there in what looks like it's going to be a 1-2-2 zone.
10 seconds left. Cornbread Maxwell, he'll take the shot. Cedric Maxwell. Timeout with 3 seconds left. Well, the man we've been hearing so much about becoming a household name, Cedric Maxwell, gives you some cornbread.
Here's the play. Very surprising that they beat. Not putting a little bit more pressure on the ball right here. He drove without hardly any man-to-man pressure at all. Makes a great shot, however, and you can't take that away from him. Super shot in a big, tough clutch situation.
When he made the bucket, there were 5 seconds left. By the time out was recognized, 3 seconds left. So Al McGuire, well, isn't that ironic? Look at the score. The nickname of UNCC, the 49ers. And they have just scored 49 to tie the game and perhaps force a 5-minute overtime period.
Dick, you know what has to be funny right now? To see Jerry Tarkanian walk into the gym and say, my God, my watch must be off. It's only the first half, 49-49. He wouldn't expect it to be 49-49 until he's got about 3 or 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, if you'll excuse us for looking ahead, fans, that has to put a little pressure on both North Carolina and Las Vegas if it goes overtime, because your players are geared for a certain time, and all of a sudden you have to sit around and wait. Now, 3 seconds left. Each side trying to out-cheer the other. You see some of the University of North Carolina fans, they have joined forces with UNCC, their sister institution in the Tar Heel State, to try to give them a little vocal support. Marquette has 3 seconds to get a shot away.
Dick, you're going to see, of course, you're going to not allow the ball to get inbounds. UNCC dropped their men back to try to pick up somewhat man-to-man, making sure that the inbounds pass is not an easy one. There's the long pass.
Whitehead, go! Jerome Whitehead! Is it good? It counts! There's no signal. We'll have to get the official signal. Paul Galvin put his hand through the imaginary circle saying it counted. Now it's up to the official score. The biggest decision of this game belongs at the buzzer, where the man who controls the clock, the official scorekeeper, will decide who has won or whether we go into overtime. Jerome Whitehead, the man who has starred for Marquette, rattled it home, and now it's a matter whether it fell before the buzzer. It is good. Marquette, Al McGuire has won. He goes to the finals. Butch Lee, the man who said, "I think we love him," shows a lot of emotion. And Al McGuire, on an incredible performance by Jerome Whitehead. Here comes Lee Rose to congratulate. Here's the winning play once again.
Remember the Olympic Games against the Russians. Maxwell had his hands on the ball. Just slipped out of his hands. Here comes Jerome up there. Oh, almost basket interference, but there's the shot going through. Controlled shot.
Here it is with the clock running. It starts as soon as it touches Maxwell. 2 seconds. 1 second. Did he get it off in time? Oh, is that close? Apparently he did, according to our unofficial clock. It was
good.
well up
Good
there in
call
time.
by the official in a tough ball.
Marquette has won 51-49, and the most valuable player in the game goes to Jerome Whitehead. Who else? A man who has scored very little in the regional tournament, has not played well, has his greatest game as a Warrior. 21 points, and leads Marquette into the finals on his last-second desperation shot. And Mr. Whitehead will receive the Track 2 MVP certificate as a personal symbol of his outstanding play. Oh, my, what a first game. Marquette has beaten a tough game UNC Charlotte team 51-49.
3 years ago,